Hi students, how are you? I hope each one among you are doing great and well. Welcome to Supnit's classes. This is Rehmat Latif, your biology educator. In this video, we are going to learn about pregnancy and embryonic development. So without wasting any time, let's get started. In our previous session, we learned what do we mean by fertilization, right? And we learned what do we mean by implantation. Fertilization simply means fusion of male and female gamete, that is ovum and sperm, and implantation means attachment of zygote inside the with uterine wall, and finally uterine wall. What uterine wall did what uterine wall did Uterine wall simply covers the trophoblast outer layer of zygote. Okay. If you didn't watch that video yet, go and watch that video and come back in order to watch this video. Okay. In this video, we are going to learn about pregnancy and embryonic development, how embryo is formed, right? In our previous session, we just saw how blastocyst is formed, how morula is formed, how they get attached to the uterine wall, so on and so forth, right? Once implantation took place, finger like projection, say for example this plantation got attached, and finger like projections will be appeared on trophoblast outer layer, which is known as chorionic villi. Okay, what happens, I'll repeat. Say for example, after implantation, finger like projections appear on the trophoblast on the outer layer. Okay, and these finger-like projections are known as chorionic villi, which are further surrounded by uterine tissue, okay, and maternal blood. I'll write it down here. After implantation, finger-like projections appear, which are known as chorionic villi. Okay, I hope this concept is clear. And further, chorionic villi are surrounded by uterine tissue and maternal blood. It's further surrounded by uterine tissue and maternal blood, right? I hope this concept is clear what chorionic villi is. Okay, and which part of uterine tissue which part of uterus covers it. It's uterine tissue and maternal blood which covers it. Okay, I hope this concept is crystal clear, right? Let me clear it. See, chorionic villi are finger-like projections which arise from after implantation, right? Which arises from trophoblast after implantation, and it gets covered by uterine tissue and maternal blood. Now, chorionic villi and uterine tissue, they become interdigitated with each other. They become interdigitated with each other and jointly form a structural and functional unit between developing embryo and maternal body, which is known as placenta. I'll write it down here. Placenta. It's formed by interdigitation of chorionic villi and uterine tissue. It's placenta which is formed by interdigitation of what we call it as interdigitation of chorionic villi and uterine tissue. in order to form placenta. Okay, and this placenta is functional unit. Placenta is functional unit. It's structural and functional unit of between developing. I'll write it down here, like we have said that structural and functional unit of life. Placenta is structural and functional unit of developing embryo. Okay, between developing embryo and maternal, sorry, and maternal body. Okay, I'll clear it. Placenta. Now we know placenta is structural and functional unit between developing embryo and maternal tissue, right? I hope this concept is clear. Furthermore, what is the function of placenta? Since it's structural and functional unit, so it really needs to have some functions, right? So that we'll call it as functional unit. Placenta I'll write it here. What is the function of placenta? Placenta, it facilitates the supply of oxygen, okay, to the embryo and nutrients to the embryo, and removal of carbon dioxide and excretory material produced by the embryo. Placenta is connected to the embryo through a cord which is known as umbilical cord, which helps in transport of substances to and from the embryo. Placenta, its function is to carries oxygen and nutrients to embryo and removes carbon dioxide and waste material from embryo, right? I hope this concept about placenta is clear. It carries oxygen and nutrients to embryo and it removes carbon dioxide and waste material from embryo. Okay, and you know, how is placenta connected to the embryo? It's connected through a cord which is known as umbilical cord, which helps in transport of these substances to and from the embryo. Okay, I hope this concept about what we call it as placenta is clear. Placenta also acts as an endocrine tissue. Placenta also acts as an endocrine tissue. How? Because it produces several hormones, like we can say human chorionic gonadotropin. Acts as an endocrine tissue. It acts as an endocrine tissue because it produces hormones like human chorionic gonadotropin. It produces human placental lactogen HPL, HCG, HPL. It produces estrogen, progesterone. It also produces estrogen, progesterone, and in later phase of pregnancy it produces relaxin, through which, you know, baby starts relaxing itself, sorry, uterus starts relaxing and normal delivery of the female took place. Okay, so please remember, estrogen, progesterone are released in females during menstrual cycle as well, but talking about human chorionic gonadotropin, HPL, human placental lactogen, and relaxin. They are produced in women only and only during pregnancy. Okay. In addition to these hormones, several hormones like we will talk about prolactin, we will talk about cortisol, we will talk about thyroxine, estrogen, progesterone. They are, increase. They increase rapidly. Okay, so increased production of these hormones is really very necessary. Why they are necessary? It's necessary because for the fetal growth, for the metabolic change in the mother and maintenance of pregnancy. Okay, I'll explain. I'll again repeat. Placenta, it acts as an endocrine tissue. Okay, and it produces several hormones. Which hormones does it produce? It produces hormones like HCG, human chorionic gonadotropin, HPL, human placental lactogen, estrogen, progesterone, and in later phase of what we call it as pregnancy, it produces a hormone known as relaxin. Okay, through which uterus walls are relaxed, uterine tissue is relaxed, so that baby will get out of the body normally. Okay, through normal delivery, which we call it as. And further, placenta, sorry, during pregnancy, for hormones, other hormones are also increased rapidly. Okay, like cortisol, thyroxine, so on and so forth. Why are they increased in maternal blood? Because they are really very necessary in order to what we call it as, in order to um, grow, in order to grow the fetus normally inside the body. So that's why they are secreted. But please remember, HCG, HPL, and relaxin, they are produced in female body only during pregnancy. Okay, I hope this concept about hormones is crystal clear. And okay, okay, you remember, after implantation we have trophoblast which gets implanted into the uterine wall. After implantation, inner cell mass gets differentiated into ectoderm, endoderm, and mesoderm. Inner cell mass gets differentiated first of all into ectoderm, outer layer. Okay, okay, wait. Hold on. Okay, inner cell mass gets converted into outer layer, that is ectoderm, and inner, that is endoderm, and after this a middle layer is also formed which is known as mesoderm. Okay, these three layers give rise to tissues, organs in adults, different organs. Okay, and human pregnancy lasts for 9 months, right? Human pregnancy lasts for how much time? It lasts for 9 months, and this period during which a female carries baby inside her, that period is known as gestation period. Gestation period is the period for which a female carries baby inside her. Okay, first sign of growing fetus can be listened by stethoscope, because heart inside offspring or fetus is formed after 1 month. So after 1 month we can easily hear the sound, lub dub. Okay, sound of heart through with the help of stethoscope. Okay, okay, I'll write it down here. After 1 month heart is formed. Okay, and we can easily heard the sound with the help of we can easily hear